So here we are on the very final stage. I think it's about 4 kilometers to Santiago. This is Monte de Gozo, which is the hill that overlooks Santiago, and behind me you can see a couple of those well-known pilgrim statues where people love to come and have their photographs taken, and from there you can actually see Santiago and just see the cathedral. So it's been a really good day. I didn't expect it to be. I expected there to be hordes of people and busloads of tourists turning up to walk the last bit. I've had a couple of sections today, probably of almost an hour, where I was virtually walking on my own. It's been amazing. It started off nice and cool, perfect walking weather. Now it's getting a bit hot, but that's okay. I've probably got an hour to go. And I just thought I'd stop and reflect a little bit, because today's been a really nice day just for, you know, calm reflection. It hasn't been noisy or crowded or anything, and I just thought I'd take a chance to record some thoughts, share some thoughts before I get into Santiago, and who knows what's going to happen there. It's funny, one of my Camino friends commented on the blog last night that he felt a sense of sadness and loss when he got into Santiago, and I think that's quite common, because particularly for people who've been walking a long time, you kind of get used to the rhythm of the walk, the routine, having time to yourself, thinking, time with your Camino family, you know, the friends that you meet along the way. And I think a lot of people get to Santiago and sort of go, oh no, it's come to a screeching halt and that's it. You know, that journey is over and I'm going to miss it. And I think that's what Paul was going through. And I think a lot of people go through that, but I get a sense that I'm not. And you know, let me just say that all the comments that I'm making on this blog are very personal. Everybody's Camino is different. But I've found, you know, and I've said this a few times, for me, this whole Camino was about the journey. It was never about getting to Santiago. It was all about time for contemplation, meditation, if you like, finding out more about myself, perhaps discovering faith, you know, whatever. And my Camino exceeded all of my expectations 10 times over. And all of that happened in the first 3 weeks. So I'm not, you know, I probably, you may have sensed that I was a bit down in the final couple of weeks. It wasn't that so much, it's just that all that I'd hoped to achieve in my Camino happened in the first 3 weeks, and it was almost like I was coasting after that. Some really good things happened, some really cool stuff, but the really amazing stuff happened in the first 3 weeks. So I've been kind of coasting down for the last 2 weeks, and it's probably not coming to an abrupt end for me. I've been sort of slowing down emotionally, if you like, for the last couple of weeks. And also I think for that reason, Santiago to me isn't the end. It's just this particular journey. Phase 1 of this journey is over perhaps, but then, you know, I'm really keen to see what happens after this. And you know, it's interesting, if you're thinking of walking a Camino, going back a couple of weeks, I can remember having a discussion with a couple of guys about, you know, do you get any blinding flashes of inspiration, or, you know, just suddenly the clouds part and a finger comes down and, you know, tells you what you're doing wrong, all this sort of stuff. And I also recall, I was thinking this morning, someone who inspired me to do this was Mark, who created, he's an Aussie guy, and I think his site is called overlander.net, and he created an awesome video of the Camino, one of the best that I've seen. And I can remember towards the end of his Camino, he's saying, you know, this amazing, you know, inspiration or insight or whatever, you know, finding God, whatever it is that you've come to do, hasn't happened, and he was feeling very frustrated. And I seem to recall that in the last couple of days, you know, that all happened for him. I'm not saying this is going to happen for you on your Camino. That's happened for me about 6 times in the first 3 weeks, in weeks 2 and 3. And if I told you what happened, you'd think I was crazy. But absolute clarity about, you know, inspiration and insight, and incredible things happened during my journey. And so all of that happened in the first 2 or 3 weeks, and it's kind of wow, you know, that was so wow. The last couple of weeks have been sort of coasting down, but some some good lessons as well, because I told myself every day in the last couple of weeks, you know, cool stuff is going to happen, there's still more to learn, you know, talk to people, meet new people, and some good stuff really did happen, and you know, right to the sort of very last minute I'm meeting some really interesting people and hearing some great stories. But those sort of blinding flashes, yeah, they really did happen in a big way. I can think of 6 occasions. So that was amazing. And if you are going to, you know, thinking of walking a Camino and you're doing it for sort of, you know, emotional, spiritual reasons, I really hope that happens for you too. Just leave yourself open to it, and it probably will. Right now, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. It's getting pretty hot, so I'm going to drink a good bit of water, have a little bit of a snack, and then take a slow stroll down to Santiago. Let's see what happens when we get there. I'm sure it'll be cool.